Last Saturday evening, after what felt like an endlessly busy week, my family and I decided to unwind with a trip to the cinema. It was my father's idea, and we all welcomed it eagerly. The crisp evening air was filled with the hum of weekend excitement as we stepped out of the house. We arrived at the cinema just as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting the building in a warm, golden glow. The bright neon lights of the cinema sign flashed rhythmically, inviting moviegoers inside. As soon as we walked through the sliding glass doors, the rich, buttery aroma of freshly popped popcorn hit us. My little brother immediately exclaimed, "I can already taste it!" Around us, families, couples, and groups of friends bustled about, either queuing for tickets or chatting animatedly about the films they were about to watch. Posters of the latest blockbusters adorned the walls, their glossy surfaces reflecting the overhead lights. My younger brother Ethan was ecstatic to see the larger-than-life poster of his favorite superhero movie. He tugged on Dad's sleeve, pleading to watch it. Meanwhile, my mom wandered over to a poster of a period drama, enchanted by its elegant costumes and picturesque setting. "This looks so interesting," she mused, smiling softly. After a lively discussion, we finally settled on a family-friendly comedy that seemed to promise laughs for everyone. My mom's eyes twinkled with curiosity, and even my father, who usually prefers action movies, nodded in agreement. The moment we handed over our tickets at the counter and entered the theater hall, it felt like stepping into another world. Rows of plush red seats stretched before us, and a giant screen loomed in front, waiting to come alive. We found our seats in the middle row, a perfect vantage point for enjoying the movie. Ethan couldn't resist sneaking a handful of popcorn before the previews even began, earning him a playful nudge from Mom. When the lights dimmed, a hushed anticipation fell over the room. The movie began with a light-hearted scene set in a quirky small town. Almost immediately, the theater was filled with chuckles and laughter. The witty dialogues, the exaggerated characters, and the perfectly timed slapstick comedy kept us all thoroughly entertained. I glanced over at my dad, who rarely laughs aloud, and saw him chuckling uncontrollably during a particularly funny scene. Mom leaned over and whispered, "I haven't seen him laugh like this in ages." At the intermission, we indulged in a treat. A tray piled high with cheesy nachos, fizzy sodas, and a box of colorful candy that Ethan had been eyeing since we arrived. As we shared the snacks, we discussed our favorite moments from the first half of the film. "I loved the part with the talking parrot," Ethan said, his eyes lighting up. "The second half of the movie was just as entertaining, if not more so." There was a hilarious mix-up scene that left the entire theater roaring with laughter. When the credits finally rolled, people began clapping, and I could see the joy on everyone's faces. The film had truly brought people together for a couple of hours of pure happiness. As we stepped outside into the cool night air, we couldn't stop talking about our favorite parts. Dad said he hadn't enjoyed a comedy like that in years, and Mom mentioned how much she loves spending time as a family. Ethan, of course, was already dreaming about his next cinema visit, probably to see the superhero movie we'd passed on. We headed home, a little tired but completely content. That night I realized that moments like these, a simple trip to the cinema, sharing laughter and snacks, and enjoying each other's company, are the ones that make life so special.